Alright guys, let's get this apron tied so we can start this video. What are we making today? Tex Mex Meatball Soup. So there is 50 million variations to this. So I decided to do my own little thing. So you'll see what I came up with here after watching like 20 videos. So anyway, we'll see how it turns out. This will be my first time making it. I am making this for my fall recipes series that I'm doing over September, October, and November. Check out that playlist and I'll try to link it below. And let's see what I'm going to put in this soup. Okay, so we're going to start out with a tablespoon or two of olive oil. Okay. And we're going to get the pan warming up. All right, we're going to get some vegetables going. I had some red onions in the freezer. Soup is a great way to clean out your freezer. Yeah. So there's that. I also had some bell pepper, some green bell pepper in the freezer. And also some celery. Some of these are going to have moisture, but that's okay because it's soup. The only thing I didn't have in the freezer was red bell pepper, so I chopped up one whole red bell pepper. And 2 cloves of garlic. And this is my fresh garlic and green bell pepper. Both of those were grown in my garden. So I'm just going to start with this part first. Get these vegetables started cooking. And they'll be cooking in no time flat. Oh, it's so very colorful with all the colors. Let me show you that real quick. Look how colorful all those beautiful vegetables are. Celery, red and green bell peppers, some red onion, and some garlic. I'm going to let these cook for a little while and I'll show you what I'm going to throw in next. Okay, some people also use carrots in this recipe, but I didn't think it went with it. But hey, if you think it might go with it, go ahead and add it in. So I'm going to start adding some juice. So I'm going to do 2 cups of chicken stock. I have more if I need it. I'm going to start with 2, see how it goes. I think beef would also be good, or even vegetable. And then I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of lime juice. Chef Gordon Ramsay thinks you need to add acidity to things to make them have more depth of flavor. So I'm trying to do that with my cooking. I'm going to do 1 can of tomato sauce. It's just a little tiny one. And 1 can of green chilies. And 1 can, this would be like Rotelle, mild diced tomatoes with green chilies. This will be just like Rotelle. I'm going to add it with the juice. All right. And this is where you would add your fresh cilantro, but I had some in the freezer, so I'm just going to add the cube of cilantro right there. It's a frozen cube. All right, so I'm going to add 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. I didn't just knock it all over the stove, which I did. All right, and I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon. Did I put a 1/2 or a 1/4? 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. And a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, just to kind of give it that Tex-Mex type taste. Half teaspoon of garlic powder. And 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. All right. And I have 2 more ingredients, but I'm going to let this simmer like this for a while, and then I'll come back and show you the other 2 ingredients. Okay, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Alright guys, here is the recipe. half or one whole bag of frozen meatballs, or you can make your own, whichever way. 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 onion chopped, 1 red bell pepper chopped, 1 green bell pepper chopped, 2 stalks of celery, 2 cloves of garlic chopped, 2 potatoes chopped, peeled and cubed, 1 can of Rotelle, 1 can of tomato sauce, and 1 can of green chilies. However much cilantro you want, half teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, half teaspoon paprika, 1/4 teaspoon cumin, and 1/4 teaspoon chili powder. All right, that is the recipe for you. I'll also add it in the description box. It's looking good. Looking really good. I'm just going to give this a really good stir, and I'm going to let the meatballs cook while the potatoes are cooking. Then I will add the potatoes last, and then I'll do a little taste test. But it looks really delicious. It smells good, and I did get a taster spoon to test the broth, and the broth is really, really good. But I'm going to test it one more time to check the seasoning to see if I need to add anything. Okay, I decided to add in a beef bouillon after testing the broth. I thought it could use some beef flavor. Matter of fact, I think if I was going to make this again, I would actually add beef broth instead of chicken, just to give it more beef flavor. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, I'm going to stir in this chicken bouillon. Some people actually added a bay leaf, but I don't think I actually have any of those. But the vegetables are really good and cooked. The bell peppers look very, very well cooked. And I'm just going to let this simmer on low while the potatoes are cooking. Then I'll add in the potatoes and it'll be ready to go. So I added in 1 beef bouillon. Thank you guys for watching my video. I'll have the recipe in the description box of this video. Please like, comment on this video, share this on your community tab for me, and subscribe to my channel. You guys have a great day. Be blessed. Do something kind, guys. Bye, everybody. All right, here's the soup. Let's do a little taste test. All right. It's really hot, so I'm really going to struggle with this, but I'm going to give it a try. I feel like the meatball and the potato is way too big. I'm going to cut them in half. Okay. And get a little bit of the juice. I did go ahead and add some cheese on top. I'm thinking some crushed like corn chips would be really good on here too. Something like that. All right. That's really good. The longer you cook it, the more flavor it has. And I've been cooking this for a while, so it's got some really good depth of flavor. I think you guys will really like it. But I'm giving it a thumbs up. I'm going to laminate this recipe and keep it.